All right, so maybe you sacrificed for PulseX, maybe you're thinking about buying some, or maybe you're thinking about, when can I sell this for Pulse Chain, or when can I dump it for profit? Before you do anything crazy like that, guys, be careful, because I want to teach you guys two different things that you can do with your PulseX coins to actually make you passive income. So before you do anything crazy, before you press that sell button, you're going to want to understand all the different opportunities that are available to you. So watch this video very carefully, because the earlier that you can learn about these two different strategies to earn passive income from your PulseX tokens, the more equipped you'll be when the Pulse Chain mainnet launches. You'll be able to react fast, and you'll be able to start early, because a lot of the money in crypto is made from getting in early. And Pulse Chain's not even out yet, right? So it doesn't really get much earlier than that. So look on the screen in front of you guys. This is the PulseX.com UI, but again, I have to remind everybody, it's only the testnet, okay? All the values that you see here today are not real dollar values. I'm just playing around with test versions of these coins, but it's important to realize what you have to do in order to unlock more potential for your PulseX tokens. So your PulseX tokens actually have a lot of functionality. We're going to focus on just two methods, and it couldn't be easier, guys, to earn money from your PulseX tokens. As long as you can point and click on a screen, as long as you know how to go to a website and click around, you'll be okay. So this is the PulseX.com website. If you didn't already know, it's a trading platform. Okay, it's the primary decentralized trading platform on the Pulse chain. Now, what does that mean, decentralized? Well, it means that there's no middleman routing all your trades around it. All the liquidity in this order book or on this exchange is put up by the users. So I can go to this website right here, PulseX.com. Obviously, I'll put a link in the description below. Again, testnet only, but if you want to click around and follow with me, please do so. And the obvious thing to do when you get here is to trade, right? You'll see most automated market makers look this way. This might look familiar to you if you've ever used MetaMask or 1inch or anything. You can very simply just trade one coin for another coin, right? And trading is the primary use case of crypto, so you kind of have to have a trading platform. I like to pull up the graph just because it looks prettier. And we could say, for example, I want to trade Pulse token for PLSX, or vice versa. I can flip-flop these. I could say I want to trade 1,000 PulseX tokens, and that'll get me 481 PLS. Again, these are just dummy values right now, so don't take these too seriously. But there's much more behind the scenes that you can do than just trade on these platforms. There's different ways you can make money. So you really got to educate yourself about the token that you just bought and what you can actually do with it. So you'll see here up in the top left corner, there's this earn area, and you can earn on farms and pools. And we're going to go over these two methods and what they both mean. These are basically liquidity farms and staking pools. Let's start off with farms. Okay, farms are exactly what they are described as. Stake LP tokens and earn incentive token. So you can see I'm already doing this here. So I actually put up liquidity in the PLSX-PLS pool. This means that I volunteered some of my PulseX token and some of my PLS token to be part of a liquidity pool, because what a decentralized exchange is essentially a whole bunch of people coming together and pooling liquidity together so that other people can trade. So when you're using a decentralized exchange, you're essentially trading using other people's money. But the people that put up that money for you to trade and swap back and forth with, they're earning a small transaction fee. So if you want to be a liquidity provider in the system, you're actually on the other side. You're basically the house. And although there's some risk to doing this, you do get a transaction fee every time somebody trades in and out of your liquidity pair. And you also, now with PulseX, the innovation here is you get this INC token, this incentive token, which is in addition to trading fees of the platform, you also get a token on top of it. So you can see what I've done is I've already staked 1,000 LP tokens. And I haven't earned any INC yet, but you can see whenever I do, I'll just click this harvest button right here, and I will harvest these INC tokens back into my account. You can see in my wallet up here, I've already got some INC, which I just bought, some HEX, some PLP, some PLS, and some PulseX. So what are all these things? Let's slow down for a second and let's backtrack. How did I get to this point? Well, we need to go back to the trading side of things, right? Let's go back up into the top left corner here, and you can see that if you hover over trade, there's the exchange, and then there's liquidity. So again, if I want to be the house, if I want to put up my money for other people to trade with, I can do so right here. It's very simple. Now you can see that I've already added some liquidity into one pool, the PulseX/Pulse pool. But let's say I want to try a new one. Okay, let's go see what the farms are earning right now. But you can see there's a couple of different options here. The USDC PLS pair is earning 229% APR. That's a ridiculously high incentive, right? That means I would basically 2.2x my money just by parking it in this liquidity pool for a year. Not to mention the price appreciation of the coins along the way. Well, let's say I want to do this one. Well, before I do anything on this screen, I actually have to backtrack. So let's go back to the liquidity providing screen. And let's add liquidity for a couple of other tokens. So remember, it was PLS and USDC. Now let's just put, $27 worth of USDC in, and you have to put a similar amount of the other token in. They have to be relatively equal on both sides. So you can see I'm putting up 100,000 PLS, which is worth about $30, and I'm putting up about $30 of USDC as well. So first we have to enable it, and all this stuff, guys, because it's Pulse Chain, as we know, super cheap and super fast. We enable it, and we wait a couple seconds. It's beautiful, and then we click supply. Okay, so what I'm doing here, guys, what I'm actually receiving by supplying this liquidity are I'm receiving LP tokens for this particular pool. So the LP tokens are just a representation, right? They're basically like a coupon or a receipt to say, hey, you've actually provided liquidity to this pool. Here's your LP tokens to signify that you did that. So you can see for providing, a little bit of USDC and a little bit of PLS, I'm getting 0.00165 pool tokens for the PLS USDC pool. And obviously this is a very small amount because I only put up, $30 worth. So my share of the total pool is only 0.00123. Not that big, right? But we're just testing around for now. So we're going to click confirm supply. We're waiting for confirmation. Go over here, confirm. It all costs less than a penny and it's pretty instantaneous. And then we're going to add this PLP to MetaMask. So what I just received, guys, what I just received was a PLP, a Pulse Chain Liquidity Provider token. And once we add that to MetaMask, now if it doesn't work, just refresh the page and do it again. Refreshing the page is definitely your friend here. It's the test net right now, so it could be a little buggy still. You'll see that I have 0.00164 PLP tokens, which is my receipt for this particular pair. And I have this other PLP up here, which signifies that other pool that I was in, but these are actually different. So by providing liquidity, you get a PLP, you take the PLP over to the farm, and remember we just provided liquidity for the USDC PLS pair right here. We're going to expand this. We need to enable it because it's a new pair. It's all super fast, super cheap. All right, so that took about 5 seconds. Then we're going to stake the LP tokens. Remember those LP tokens we just got? We're going to stake these over here. So I've got 0.0016. I'm just going to stake all those. We're going to click confirm. Again, just keep approving the transactions here. It's very simple. Just click on the button when your MetaMask pops up automatically. And just wait for that to confirm. If it does fail at first, all right, so you might need to try it a couple times just in case it doesn't work. Again, it's the test net, so refreshing the page is usually your friend here. And you can see we've staked it. We've successfully staked our LP tokens in this farm. So now I just basically sit here and earn passive income in the form of INC token at a rate of up to, right now, 231% per year. So you could do this with any token pair, but there's going to be a lot of PulseX pairs that are going to be highly incentivized when Pulse Chain launches. So right now you're only seeing 3 farms on here, but you're going to see a long list when Pulse Chain goes live. And most of those pools are going to involve PLS token, PLSX token, and probably Hex as well would be my guess, right? So these are all good tokens to have to position yourself accordingly if you want to just park your tokens in this liquidity pool and earn passive income via this method. So you can see now I've got my PulseX PLS farm, got my USDC PLS farm, and then there's this other one down here, PRT PLS. I don't even know what PRT is. Apparently it's called Party Coin or something. I'm not going to get into that right now. I think that might just be up as a placeholder. So we're just going to ignore that for now. That's the farms, guys. So I just wanted to make that distinction clear. You're not directly going to the farms and putting up your coins here. You're first going to the liquidity section, and then you're getting an LP receipt or coupon. It's basically like another coin. Remember that PLP coin. And then you're staking those PLP coins in here. But just in case you forget, let's say you go directly to this page, you want to stake LP and you don't have any LP receipts, coupons, coins, whatever you want to call them, you can go ahead and get them. So for example, it says get PRT PLS LP. Now, I know these are a lot of acronyms, right? But the PRT PLS are just the ticker symbols for the 2 coins. And then LP just stands for liquidity pool. So we can go over here and we can actually add liquidity. So even if you forget that step, the farms will route you back to where you need to go. Again, you first need to provide liquidity from this section up here, and that'll give you an LP token for this particular pair. And then you can hop over to the farm, stake it in the farm, and just sit there and accrue daily interest every day in the form of INC token, which is the incentive token. Now, what's another thing you can do with your PulseX or your Pulse or your Hex is you can go to this pools section over here to earn even more money in the form of other tokens. So you'll be able to stake your PLSX and earn whatever tokens are appearing on these pools. Now, I'm not completely sure what determines, the tokens that are going to appear on this list. I don't know if that's based off of a partner program or anything, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be based on a DAO, which is basically a decentralized contract. So I'm pretty sure the tokens that you'll see that you can get as rewards for staking your PulseX are going to be dictated by, again, the holders of PulseX. So by holding PulseX, you actually get to vote and have a say in which tokens appear on this list. So right now we've only got this PRT token, party token. This is probably just as an example, right? But right now, what you can do with your PulseX is you can go ahead and just stake it right here and slowly earn PRT or whatever else appears on this list. And again, what appears on this list will most likely be dictated by the DAO. And you can think of a DAO as just a contract where everybody gets to vote. But who gets to vote? Again, only the PulseX holders. So that's the key here, guys. That's why you're going to want to have PulseX. Not only do you get to vote on how you get rewarded, but then you get to go participate in being a part of all the rewards. So you can get a whole bunch of other tokens, whichever ones you're the one voting on. And you could also go provide liquidity and earn passive income from these farms. And again, you are going to be the one voting on which one of these farms to incentivize higher or lower. So for example, the fact that the PulseX Pulse farm is earning 66% APR, well, this number might be able to be dictated by the DAO contract, which again, the only voting rights in that contract are given to the PulseX holders themselves. So if we wanted to go into this pool and earn this party token, now I have no idea if this party token is legit or not. We could just very simply put, let's say, 10,000 coins up here. Confirm this on MetaMask. Confirm. And you can see for putting up this amount, I staked it right here, 10,000 coins. It's about $1.32, not much. And I'm slowly accruing PRT. Look, I've already accrued 0.0004 PRT. So yay, and you can come back daily or weekly or monthly whenever you want to, and you can just harvest from both the pools and the farms. So if I want to harvest this 0.0009, I can just go ahead and harvest that and it'll show up in my wallet. So if we want that to show up in our MetaMask, we just click the add to MetaMask button down here and it'll just automatically pop up and you can see, there we go. I've got 0.00017 PRT and I just earned that from staking my PulseX tokens and sitting on my ass and doing nothing at all. Now in the future, guys, there's going to be a lot more other tokens to earn and a lot more different farms to earn from as well. And they're all going to have different APRs, but you can expect at the beginning, these APRs are probably going to be pretty high because we want to incentivize a lot of liquidity early on. So again, that's where you come in by being early, by being an early PulseX holder or Pulse Chain holder, or again, even a Hex holder, because all three of these coins are going to have high activity, in my opinion. Those three coins are probably going to have the most opportunity for LP farming rewards and for pool rewards as well. Now, I can't guarantee that the other tokens that you'll get in these pools are going to be any good or if they're going to be worth anything. But again, you could vote on that, right? You could just vote to get more PulseX token from staking your PulseX. Or maybe the people will vote in, Hex rewards. Maybe you could stake your PulseX to get more Hex. Wouldn't that be cool? Literally, there's so many possibilities here. And if we want to take a look, for example, at what Binance Smart Chain is doing, look at all the different farms they have over here. Right? Look at all these crazy different farms, and they're all earning, some of them, 331% APY. And they've got the pools as well. Right? So these ideas are not new. They're being done by Binance Smart Chain. They're being done by a lot of other blockchains. But again, it's good to familiarize yourself so that you can be early to the party and capitalize on these two passive income opportunities. So Binance Chain, yep, they've got pools as well. So if you stake in these liquidity pools, you earn money. And if you stake in their farms, you earn money. But really, I'm just showing you all the options they have. Look, there's just a list, a huge list. Whereas on PulseX right now, it's the test net, right? So we're just testing around with a couple of different pools, and things will probably look very different in the future. So I hope you learned something today. If you didn't plan on holding your PulseX for the long term, well, apparently you're missing my message, right? The only money in crypto is made by long-term holders. We're talking multi-years. But if your hands really were that weak, where you were thinking about dumping all your coins as soon as you could, you might want to double think that decision because there's a lot more opportunities here of ways to make money than just dumping them onto the next guy as soon as you can. You might miss out on the opportunity of a lifetime. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.